Anonymous Hollywood protest. Parents tell the story of being disconnected from their son, a member of Scientology.
My name is Grace Aaron, and this is my husband, Ken Aaron. And our son, Zachary. Here's a picture of him. Disconnected from us when he was 22 years old, 8 years ago, because the church gave him an ultimatum that he had to sever all ties with us within 48 hours, or he would be kicked out of the church. He disconnected. And, we really feel very sad and upset about the policy of disconnection that the church enforces.
Is it an ultimatum?
Absolutely. It's in policy. It's in Scientology policy. Somebody is officially... I have no idea. The policy was written by Hubbard, who died in what, 85 or 86? 86. But it was canceled. But the current, it was canceled.
Canceled in 68.
68.
Canceled disconnection as a policy. But the current, in 1968, but the current management has found a method of reissuing policies after Hubbard was deceased to re-implement it, overriding his cancellation. It just doesn't work. You cannot exclude everybody who disagrees with you. You just can't say, I'm going to put everybody in Scientology is going to say cloistered, separated from the rest of society. Anybody disagrees with us is going to be expelled. Anybody talks to them is going to be expelled. You're left. What happens when you do that is you have a residual of compliant, robotic adherents who can't think for themselves. If somebody gets up and says, I disagree, and then you say, well, I'm going to expel that person, what are you left with? Everybody who obsessively agrees. So you get obsessive agreement. No. That used to be. There was when Hubbard canceled disconnection.
He said, I have a copy of that.
Right.
Cancellation. I'll give it to you.
But when Hubbard canceled disconnection, he made efforts to say you shouldn't be so critical of your parents. You should try to establish relationships, or your relatives, or your parents, or your children, and try to clean things up. And maybe there's something you know that you can help them with. But right now, no. Right now, it's like a poison well theory. Oh, you said something bad about the church, you're expelled. Anybody who talks to you is expelled, and there's no way for them to get back in. It's very difficult, and so forth and so on. And no matter what they say, my concern is A, on the break up the families, and B, the intimidation from the threat of that action. So somebody who's in Scientology, and I know many of them, will say, well, I don't want to lose connection with my own family, so I'm not going to say anything. I don't want to actually lose connection with my friends. Yeah, it's just intimidating, just as if, just as any one of us would get intimidated if you see someone else in your position punished or penalized. So, but the process is in the organization. Any organization which expels people who dissent winds up with a residue of obsessively obedient, compliant individuals who can't think for themselves, and then it starts to deteriorate because you no longer have the genesis of new thought, of new observations, and all you can do is follow orders from above or follow old solutions and old procedures. Sure.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you.
Let me ask you this, how come you're not afraid at all? How come you don't have your face covered?
We have an internet site up. We've done television shows on this subject. We have them webcast on this video at www.religiousshunning.org. And you know what? The church hasn't done anything to hurt us. They put out the message that if you speak out against them, you will be harmed. That's to keep people silent. That's just one more effort to get people to shut up. It's a scare tactic, but they don't do anything that I know of to hurt people who speak out. They're afraid of people who speak out. They try to intimidate them, but we're not going to be intimidated.